promise I'll slide you. As hard as you can. And now, man, now. As hard as you can. Go. Look. I felt good.
Oh my God. So viewers, Emily didn't get in the pool for the crew, and it's like there's 2 more days in Salzburg, and she won't send it. So
Yeah, just amazing.
I'm going
Shivering.
what is with
Just
that?
get in there.
Just give her some time, right?
No.
I got still like
What do you- That's a lot of wine to go. You gotta
No, it's not.
keep drinking that.
I look.
Just go. Yeah.
Okay. That's it. Yeah, so that was it for my abroad adventures. That was the whole last month that I spent a majority of time in Salzburg or Austria in general, and yeah, I'm back home. I've been home for about a month now. It's now July, and I got back at the very end of May, and it's really weird. I definitely didn't expect to miss being abroad as much as I do now, because during some of the rougher parts of abroad, which I feel like not a lot of people talk about, but there are some definitely rough patches when you're abroad, and those times felt like an absolute eternity. Like, it was almost dragging on. But now looking back, it doesn't even feel like it happened, and I really miss it. During the amazing parts, which was definitely a majority of it, it felt like it was flying by, and I would have to constantly pinch myself, and that's why I'm so incredibly thankful that I recorded most of my adventures while I was abroad, because like when I just watched the like Barcelona and Rome and Athens video, it doesn't feel real still. Like, it feels like it never actually happened, like I never actually went there, and it just having that to look back on is, I'm really, 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 really glad that I recorded that, and I took so many pictures, and it's just insane to look back on it and be like, oh my god, I was in Europe. But I am really glad to be back, because it being removed from American culture has made me, one, I now know that there is definitely an American culture, and 2, it's made me miss that American culture, and I'm really glad to be back and surrounded by that. But at the same time, I really miss just being constantly exposed to new cultures in their home court, basically. Living in Salzburg, that was a shock in and of itself. I didn't expect it to be that different, which was definitely ignorant of me, but it was absolutely different, and it taught me a lot about both being abroad, Europe in general, Salzburg specifically, Austria in general, and then a lot about myself too. And I'm really, 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 really thankful that I had the opportunity to spend 4 months abroad, and I thank you so much to my parents who allowed me to do this. Thank you to my friends from back home who kept me sane when I was having breakdown after breakdown on certain days. And then thank you to all the people that I interacted with in general abroad, both the people that live there right now and the people that were part of my program who I met. Thank you for making my abroad experience what it was, because I wouldn't give that up for anything. It has taught me a lot, and it's definitely a retrospective appreciation where when I look back I realize what exactly going abroad and being abroad did for me as a person, and how insanely cool it is that I got to go to those countries and I got to experience all these different things. And I do wish that I was more in the moment during those times, but it's very easy to just get totally lost in either living in the past or looking forwards to other things while you're there. So my advice for people who are going abroad is to document it with video and just really live in the moment. Don't let anything back home or in the future hold you back or blind you from the cool adventures that you're experiencing right then and there. Take advantage of every single opportunity, and budget. For sure, budget. Honestly, that's a huge reason why I spent most of my last month in Austria, because I ran out of money by that point. And it's kind of hard to travel when you don't have all that. And also, the first couple months that I was in Salzburg, it was definitely a little bit too chilly and too gray to really experience a whole lot of what it had to offer. And so I'm really glad that I did get a chance to experience Salzburg in its peak when people were very lively and outside and stuff was booming, and it was awesome to be there, especially in the springtime. And it was just, I don't know, I miss it a lot more than I was expecting to. But now that I'm home, it's just kind of weird, because it feels like things just feel dull, I guess. Which is kind of expected, because when you're abroad, you're surrounded constantly by new things and new experiences, and there's so much happening, your adrenaline is so high all the time, that now when you're in a familiar setting, it's just kind of oh, it's another day to do the same thing that I always do. But I hope that that's a rut that I'll get out of relatively quickly, because I don't really enjoy that feeling too much. But another thing is that I just spent those 4 months abroad, and now I'm home, and all I really wanted to be was home for a while. And I feel like I've gotten my dose of home, and I'm already planning my next abroad adventure. So hopefully within this year and maybe next year, you'll see more video of me just running around the world. And I've got my sights set on South America, so hopefully that'll pan out in my favor. Being abroad has taught me the value in traveling and learning different languages and different cultures and meeting new people and trying new foods, and it's so exciting and very humbling, because you really step out of your bubble and you see how immensely huge and beautiful and just cool the world is and all the people that are in it. And I don't want that to ever stop, so that's why I would love to go to South America, hopefully within this year, and I'm gonna make it a goal of mine to go somewhere new every year and really just fully and immensely take in the culture. And who knows, maybe sometime in the future I'll go back to some of the places that I visited. Definitely Barcelona, Rome, and Athens, because I could have spent ages there. And of course I've got to visit all my friends now in Germany, and I've made so many other abroad friends that actually live abroad, and it's wild that we still keep in touch and like respond to each other's Instagram stories and all that. And it's just so weird to think that that all happened, because it really honestly feels like a dream. If you are even remotely considering going abroad, I really, really, really highly recommend that you do it, because you will learn so much. You will become definitely a more worldly person, and you'll learn a lot about yourself, and it will prepare you for situations that I don't think you ever would have thought you needed to be prepared for, but now you are. And it's just a very, very unique experience. And even if you aren't in a situation where you can study abroad, or you just take like a week if you can and go somewhere different and really just immerse yourself and try to be accepting and understanding of a different culture, because it's really, really, really a cool experience. Food's great, people are so awesome, languages are really cool to learn. I'm now conversational in German, apparently fluent when I've like had a lot to drink. And so now I'm branching out to Spanish, and hopefully after that I will also move on to Italian. And it's just really cool and special to be able to understand a culture not only through meeting people but also through its language, and really I think that's how you get the full picture. And so if you have even been considering learning a language, definitely pick it up. Duolingo is great. Barnes and Nobles or your bookstores have workbooks for different languages that will absolutely help you, and it's just a really cool thing to be able to be like, oh yeah, I can speak that, let me just whip out a couple words or a few phrases here and there, and it's just fun and it's different, and I really recommend that you do that. Yeah, that's it, and I hopefully will be making more abroad videos when I go abroad again, and other ones I guess in the meantime. But I would absolutely love to make a video talking about what you should look into when you're choosing your country or your program if you're going abroad, what you should bring when you're going abroad, and things to think about and prepare for. And honestly, I would love to talk about the ups and downs, like the good and the bad, when it comes to traveling and spending a whole semester abroad, because there are definitely good times and there are definitely bad times, and I think it's better to know what to expect so you're better prepared for it, rather than going in and being completely blindsided when you think it's just all gonna be sunshine and smiles, because it's mostly sunshine and smiles, but there are definitely some rainy days and frowns for sure. If you guys would like that, please just let me know, and please be sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe if you aren't already so you don't miss any future videos. And yeah, thank you so much for coming on this adventure with me. It's been an absolute roller coaster of 4 months, and I'm really, really thankful that I got to experience it, and I'm glad that you guys were able to come along with me. So, thank you, and I'll see ya.
Smiling!